Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to one of my little bimbles out. Now, we've got a respite from the heat here in the UK, still a little bit on the humid side, but I looked at the weather and thought, you know what, I'm going to make the most of it. I'm going to get out with the camera. So it's just an opportunistic time to be out, and hence why I haven't had a shave and I look like a right scruff, because I literally was just like, do you know what, grab the camera, let's go. Now, we're down at, just walking along a footpath, through some fields and stuff, down near, I believe, Wood Newton, and I just thought, do you know what, I'm just gonna go for a walk down there through nature, somewhere nice and quiet, and just make the most of the evening. Now, walked down to Wood Newton Lock, and I was just taking some pictures of some mallards, just actually chilling out, enjoying the peace and quiet down near the lock. There was no boats on the water, no nothing. And I stood up from taking those pictures, turned around, just started to walk back to the gate to come back along the footpath, and saw a heron perched up in what I believe was a willow tree. So I managed to get some shots of that. So I'll stick those up in a minute. Now, there is a little topic in this week's video that I want to actually talk about, and that is, all you need is that one shot. Now, it's kind of inspired by my trip to Langford Lowfields, my previous video out, and I thought we'd actually have a bit more of a chit chat about it today. So anyway, I'll stick up the first lot of pictures. I'm going to keep walking down this path, see what we can see, and we'll come back and we'll have a chat in a minute. Okay, so we're now approaching the wheel, which is why I wanted to come down here. I haven't brought any landscape photography equipment with me. It's not that kind of shoot today. Now, I want to come back and talk about this one-shot situation. Now, the basics of it is that for those that actually watched my last video from Langford Lowfields will probably have realised I wasn't having the best of evenings. Now, it wasn't just from a photography aspect. I'll be honest with you, I had the start of quite a bad illness where I lost all my appetite. I couldn't eat anything without feeling full within seconds. I was very tired. It was just bizarre. It was really, really weird illness. Both Mrs. S and I had it. But, you know, we soldiered on. So when you couple that with the bad weather that I had down there, or potential for bad weather, and also the lack of birds and stuff, it kind of made for what was going to be a really bad evening. Now, again, those that have watched it realise that as I was walking back to the car, I had a fantastic encounter, and that just made the whole evening worthwhile going out. And this is kind of what I just want to touch on, is that I know when we all go out, we want to take pictures of loads of birds we've never seen before. We want to go back with a memory card full of amazing pictures that we can post up all over social media, on YouTube, share with our friends, you know, that sort of thing. But realistically, all you actually need to make a photography trip worthwhile is one shot. So, yeah, again, we'll come back and have a bit more of a chit chat about that soon. So, yeah, I'm almost at that weir now. I've not seen any other shot-worthy birds and stuff. I have had merlin out because there's something over there on a dead tree. I'll check that out in a second. I have had merlin out because there was a call that I recognised, but I wasn't sure what it was. I've heard it plenty of times before. Turns out it's the call of a great spotted woodpecker. Unfortunately, he was on the other side of the river and I couldn't actually see him, so c'est la vie. But we know there's good birds out tonight, so hopefully we can actually get some shots of them. So stick with us, fingers crossed. I'm going to check out what this is now. Okay, so I've just started to walk away from the weir now. As I approached it, it might have been when I actually unlatched the gate to walk across the bridge over the top of it, a grey heron flew up and went down the river. Fortunately, I saw where he landed, and he landed in the reeds on a flattened area. Don't know if it's a nest or something. Oh, thank God that sun's gone in. So I managed to get some beautiful backlit shots because I'm stood on the weir shooting this way into the sun, dialed in a stop of exposure compensation and got some nice rim light on the grey heron. Anyway, I'm just stood there taking pictures. He flies off. I just drop the camera down from my eye, realise a little bit further down the river, there's a dead tree with another grey heron just perched on it. So I managed to get some great shots of that. Again, backlit, one stop of exposure compensation in there, boom, happy days. The other bird that I saw at a distance sat on the dead tree, different dead tree, was just a black-headed gull with his back to me, so that ain't gonna be any good at all. Sorry, plane right above my head. Ironically, that is the plane that Mrs. S skydives out of. I am actually closer to the airfield than I obviously realised. Anyway, coming back now to talk about this whole one shot. Now, I'm quite lucky this evening apparently. I've had 3 good shots of grey herons. Different as well, different grey herons. Well, I think they were different grey herons. The first one might have been one of these, but you know, 3 different locations, from what I can tell, 3 different grey herons. Beautiful, love grey herons. I also got some of those lovely shots of the mallards as well. Now, the whole one shot principle. If you come out, you could be out 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours, 10 hours, 24 hours. As long as you go home with one great shot, that's all that should really matter. A photography trip isn't about coming out and filling your memory card with pictures of different birds or same birds. It is about just getting one amazing shot. That's all you need. Let's be honest, if you start posting up 50 different pictures on social media, let's use Instagram as an example, and they're all of the same bird, same position, just different, well, same place, sorry, different positions. People are going to be bored. People aren't interested. What they want to see is that one cracking shot. You know what? If you come out and you get 2 cracking shots, you're lucky. 3 cracking shots, you're on fire. The whole point is vary what you shoot, obviously. Vary what you're capturing and try and get one amazing shot. So, prime example, Langford Lowfields, I was following that fox, and I know in the video I put a sequence of photos. That was to try and just emphasize the fox's approach as it came in towards me, to capture that one shot right at the end that made the whole trip down Langford Lowfields, the 3 odd hours that I was down there, just made it so worth it. So I'll stick up these heron shots now, and I'm going to keep bimbling because still got 2.5 hours till sunset. I'm probably not going to be out till sunset this evening, but I'm just going to make the most of it of it actually being fairly pleasant. Sunny intervals, that sun is scorching when it comes out, but we're going to see what else we can see. Fortunately as well, when I'm walking back to the car, the light's going to be behind me, so it should hopefully light up some of my subjects even better. Okay, get ready for some really shoddy bit of filming here. So I've kind of come to the end of the road. I've come to the point where I'm actually going to turn back and start walking back along the river. But I'm just taking a respite because the sun has come out. Not much cloud in the sky where it is. It's quite a lot of low cloud, but it's just above all that at the moment. And it is hot. Now, I'm actually surrounded by some bushes. I'm just on the edge of them at the moment, shaded by one. And there are loads of small birds in there. And let's be fair, I don't blame them for staying in the bushes as well. That sun is just insane. However, in the time I've been stood here, I've seen blue tits, great tits, and long-tailed tits, and I believe potentially chaffinches, and maybe chiffchaffs as well, flying out of the bushes, into a tree that's just over the water, and then into some trees on the other side of the water. Now the problem I've got is there's so much foliage, I'm struggling to get any shots, and in fact I haven't got any at all at the moment. It's just not worth pulling the trigger. I was hoping one of them would probably land on the edge of a branch, be it in the bush or in that tree, because the stuff over the other side of the river is far too far away for anything decent. With the amount of foliage though, it's just making it impossible. So I'm going to wait here for a little bit longer. So coming back to that whole one shot thing, I don't think any of these are going to be that one great shot. But I just want to emphasize a point as well. One great shot doesn't necessarily mean a shot of a bird you've never photographed before. So I've taken loads of pictures of grey herons. Tonight, I may have got better pictures of grey herons. So just because you've taken 100 pictures of a robin doesn't mean you still can't get an amazing shot of a robin. You might have been out in spring and summer, got some great shots of a robin. Maybe try going out in winter with that focus on getting a wintry robin shot, your Christmas card kind of shot. And if you get that, that is that one great shot. You can always get, if you literally go out to the same place and you just get shots of, say, great tits, as long as you get one great shot of that great tit, doesn't matter if you've got 20 great shots of great tits previously, as long as you get one great shot of that great tit, that's all that matters and makes a trip so worthwhile coming out. So what I'm trying to kind of say here is, get off your backsides, stop watching YouTube, stop watching this video, grab your camera and just get out. Get out there and try and get one great shot. You know what? If you do, after watching this video, go out and get one great shot, put a comment in the description below with a link to your Instagram, Facebook page, some form of social media where you have that shot, and I will go check it out because I am so keen to see all of your great shots. So yeah, at the end of the day, there's only a finite number of birds within areas that you can photograph. We might get migratory ones, but just get out with the camera and photograph whatever is there and go for that one great shot. Okay, so I've made my way back to the weir now. You can see it behind me. So I apologise if you can actually hear it as well, but amazing, absolutely amazing. That one cracking shot, I can chalk it up for two now. So Was walking back to the weir, so I'm walking up the path before I cross the bridge, and I see there's a family stood on the bridge. And I was like, they've been there a while. I've seen them from quite some distance. I wonder what they're watching. Anyway, as I start to get up to there, they start walking off the bridge. And as soon as they saw me with the camera, they went, "You've just missed a great opportunity." The seal, so I'm on the same part of the River Nene that I was on when I saw the seal last time. I'm just further down. The seal has been here trying to climb up the weir. Literally 10 minutes after. I was like, oh, sorry, if I'd have been 10 minutes sooner, I would have caught that. However, they said, maybe stick around. He's not long gone, he might come back. So I'm stood there, and I've been there about 15 minutes, and I'm like, he ain't coming back. And then in the distance, down the river, I see the ripples. There was no doubt in my mind that those ripples were coming from a seal under the water. Big mounding ripples. And I was like, here he comes. He makes his way right up to the weir, just pops up just in front of it, just before it, pops back down again. So I've got some shots of him just before, and he comes right to the base of the weir, and I managed to get some stuff with the white foam around him. Absolutely cracking. Really happy with that. Could it be better? Probably. But the fact that I actually got that shot, I'm so pleased. However, seal spots me. He's kind of checking me out, bobbing around a little bit. Swims off. So I'll wait there a bit longer. He comes back, bobs up again, checks me out again, swims off. Hasn't come back. So I'll wait there about another 10 minutes. Nothing. Okay, not a problem. Let's keep walking. We've got a lot of small birds coming around. I wanted to be setting off back at the car in the next sort of 40 minutes now. And I'm like, all right, we'll start walking back. I stand up, turn round. The tree where I saw the grey heron in before, there was nothing there when I got to the bridge. A flipping grey heron has come back again. This time, he sat right on the highest branch possible. That sun is nice and low now. I've just got some corking shots of him. I've got some B-roll, but I don't know how well it was coming out. For some reason, I can't support the camera very well to shoot some B-roll through the Sony today, but hopefully some of it's come out all right, and I can stick that up for you as well. He was just up there preening. He's now just up there, neck held high. I might actually go back and see if I can do that, but unfortunately he's facing to the right-hand side. It looked much better when he was facing, no, sorry. He's facing to the left-hand side. It looked better when he was facing to the right. So, don't know. I'll have a look at that in a second. But absolutely incredible. Perfect backlit shot. That, for me, is that one shot of a bird that was worth coming out for. So that's just made this whole impromptu trip out so worth it. The fact that I've seen the seal as well is just an added bonus. The other shots that I've already got today is just an added bonus. But that shot is the one shot that's made it worth coming out. Let me stick them up for you now. Let me know what you think. Okay, so I've just come into some trees, whatever you want to call it. It's not a wood or anything, there's just some trees right on the edge of the River Nene. And yeah, I've just obviously stuck all those pictures up of the herons and that, and I just wanted to come back and talk about that really. So I mean, obviously I was quite excitable when I filmed that bit, and I think it just really goes to emphasize the point that if that was the only shot I got, I would be over the moon with that. I will be honest with you, I think that's probably my favorite heron shot I've got. You know, I love my environmental shots. I like to try and encompass the environment within the shot rather than just ramming the bird right into right into the actual frame itself. So having that backlit by this gorgeous light, we're now into my favorite time of day. The light is getting beautiful. We've got some clouds to diffuse some of the strength as well. I've just taken refuge under here because it was out in full force and it was hot. So yeah, you know, everything just worked for me, and I really hope that it came out as well as I think it has based on the back of the camera. It's one of those where I look at it and I'm like, I don't even think I'm going to edit it that much, because I don't do a lot of editing work anyway. I hate being sat on the sofa with my laptop. I would much rather be out with the camera, so the less time I spend behind a computer the better. And that one, I think I could basically make some very minor tweaks. That's it, because the exposure looks fantastic, the rim light on the bird looks fantastic, the background looked great. I'm just really happy with it. Now, again, I've come out this evening and I've got one shot that I'm over the moon with. It's just made the trip worth coming out. So I'm going to keep walking anyway. I'm not far from the lock, so I'm going to go check that out again. Small birds are starting to become more active. We're about less than an hour away from sunset, so small birds are getting more active. The temperature is dropping, obviously with that cloud, it's just brilliant. So fingers crossed we can actually see something else. So yeah, let's crack on. Okay, I'm calling it now. I'm going to sign out. Reason being is I've still got at least half hour, if not longer, towards sunset. However, where's the sun? It's around there somewhere. There. So with that heavy cloud, I don't think we're going to get the best of the evening light. So do you know what? Let's not waste the time. Let's go home, get these pictures onto the computer and have a look, because I feel like it's been a really successful evening. And as I say, I think it just proves the point as well, that any time out with the camera, if you get one great shot, just makes it all worth it. Doesn't matter how many hours you've spent out, one great shot and you'll go home happy. That's all you need. And as I say, it doesn't need to be a great shot of a bird that you've never photographed before. As I mentioned, there is only a finite number of birds to actually get pictures of, especially dependent on where you live. But just being out in nature is always a pleasure. And as I say, just go out with the camera, shoot, get that one shot. As I say, comment, put your Instagram links up, your Facebook page links, whatever. I'll go check it out. You know, I'll leave you some comments and stuff. We can have a conversation. I want to see your one great shot. Maybe mention a time when you went out and you were out for hours and you know, you just got one photo from that whole trip, or not even necessarily one photo, just one great photo from that trip. And yeah, I want to see it. I want to actually look at your pictures. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to sign out. Obviously, I'm nearly back at the car now. I went to the lock. There wasn't much to see there, but If I see anything else, I would have stuck up the pictures for you already. So obviously, if you like the video, then give us the old thumbs up. And if you don't already, drop a subscribe from down the bottom and hit that notification bell. And all that's left for me to say then is this is a very, very happy Mike out. Take care and be safe, everyone. Peace.